संकीर्तन की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya
Jnananjana Shalakaya
Jnananjana-shalakaya
Chakshurunmilitam Jena
Chakshurmilitam Jena
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Namo Vishnupadaya
Namo Vishnupadaya
Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale
Krishnapristhaya Bhutale
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
Srimate Bhaktivedanta
Swaminiti Namine
Swaminiti Namine
Namaste Saraswate Deve
Namaste Saraswate Deve
Gauravani Pracharine
Gauravani Pracharine
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi
Paschatya Deshatarine
Paschatya-deshatarine
Namo Mahavadanyaya
Namo Mahavadanyaya
Krishna Prema Pradayate
Krishna-prema pradayate
Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya
Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya
Namne Gauratvishe Namaha.
Namne Gaurakrishne Namaha.
He Krishna Karuna Sindho
He Krishna Karuna Sindho
Dinabandho Jagatpate
Dinabandho Jagatpate
Gopesha Gopika Kanta
Gopesha Gopika Kanta
Radha Kanta Namostute
Radha Kanta Namostute
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Vrishabhanu Sute Devi
Shabhanusute Devi
Pranamami Haripriye
Pranamami Haripriye
Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha
Kripasiddhubhya eva cha
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar
Gadadhar
Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripadam vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. आ गए थोड़े लोग. So yes, it's a very auspicious day. We call it as Adivas. One day before of Gaur Purnima is called as Adivas ceremony, where we do nice kirtan and invoke the auspiciousness. It's one day before the festival, that's what it means, Adivas. So today on the occasion of Adivas, we are having Gita course class. And also we'll be having the Aarti, we'll do kirtan. So tomorrow is a very, very big festival. So requesting all of you that please participate in the evening. It will start at what time? 5 o'clock. Okay. So you can come and see the Maha Abhishek. And tomorrow we're going to fast. So anyone who is interested to fast, they can fast. We normally fast from sunrise to evening till moonrise. Yeah. We break our fast on the moonrise. And we break the fast with non-grain prasad, that is Ekadashi prasad. So anyways, that will be served here, so that can be taken. So we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and today's topic is very nice. Fortunate and unfortunate people who come to Krishna and who don't come to Krishna. And we dedicate this presentation to A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada was preaching, all types of people were coming in the center. Here at least you people are just sitting and hearing. Sometimes you will speak and ask something. When Srila Prabhupada was preaching, so at that time, one of the incident, He was giving class, and suddenly there was a lady who got up. She was in mini skirts, and she started going around, round, 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 round. And then Prabhupada asked her, "Stop it!" And still going round, 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 round. And after some time, she left the place. Now it's very difficult to understand what was there in their head and why were they behaving like that. There was one person who came suddenly and he said, "I will do it, I will do it." And then Prabhupada, in the middle of the class, all this is happening. Here at least, you all will speak something that is relevant and in context. And Prabhupada had no control on that. How will he control? Hippies, drug addicts, drunkards. "I will do it, I will do it." He shouted loudly, went out, again he came. He came with some tissue papers, he kept there in the washroom, and then he left. And Prabhupada was saying that he also did some service to Krishna. But when it comes to Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we have 8 categories that is given in 7th chapter of Gita. There are 4 categories of people who don't surrender to Krishna and 4 categories of people who surrender to Krishna. Very beautiful and very logical and very nice to understand, so that we can analyze where we stand, in which category we stand. And at the same time, it's very nice when we meet people, we'll be able to understand who is who, in which category. Here is the first shloka, chapter number 7, shloka 15. Please repeat. Namam dushkritino mudha prapadyante naradhama maya partagyana asuram bhavam ashrita. Mataji, someone read the translation.
These beings who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto thee.
So here are the 4 categories. So see the verse. Namam prapadyante. Namam dushkritano prapadyante. Now it's very simple to understand. Namam prapadyante means they don't surrender unto me. Prapadyante means surrender. They don't surrender unto me. Who are they? Dushkritinaha. Kriti means work. You add duh to it, dushkruti, it becomes bad work. So they are those categories of people. So who are they? 4 categories. Mudha. From translation you tell me, what is that? Mudha means? Grossly foolish. You see? Grossly foolish. Naradhama. Yes. So Nara means human beings. Adhama means lowest. So Naradhama, lowest among mankind. Maya Apartagyana. Maya means what? Illusion. Aparata or Apaharan means stolen. Jnana? Knowledge. क्या बात आपको संस्कृत आती है? Very nice. Maya Apartagyana means knowledge stolen by illusion. Asuram bhavam ashritaha. Asuram means demons. Bhava, nature. Ashritaha, surrender or to take shelter of. So people who have taken shelter of Asuri Bhava, nature of Asuras. So basically these are grossly atheistic people or atheistic people in general. So these are the 4 categories of people who don't surrender to Krishna. Let's discuss about these 4. First one is Mudha or foolish. Are you able to relate with the photo? Okay. So these people are the ones who are running without any goal in life. I mean ultimate goal in life. And you'll find many people like that in this world. No ultimate goal, just running. And if you ask, why are you running so much? Because everyone is running. Everyone is running. And without goal, without ultimate goal, the ones who keep running, keep doing activities, they are compared to animals. Animals don't have any goal. They just have 4 activities that they do: eating, sleeping, mating, defending. And those human beings who just do these 4 activities, they are mudha. And these are the people who want to enjoy fruits of labor themselves. They work very hard and they want to enjoy. Now, someone might say, what is the problem? I am working hard, I am enjoying. What is your problem? But the problem is that these people are not able to enjoy also. You know why? Because they don't get proper sleep. They're not able to eat on time. Yesterday evening, I gave the same session. So I said, who are the ones who have sleepless days and nights? And one boy said, night shift people. I think maybe from personal experience he said that. Actually, I don't know how many of you are into night shift, but it's actually very pathetic. At night, people don't sleep, and morning it's very difficult to sleep. And even if we... and also, I'm sure if you have noticed, when we don't get proper sleep at night and we take some rest in the morning, that is very tiring when we get up. It's not a fulfilling sleep.
6 months, Prabhuji, I used to support North America that time.
Oh.
6 months in this starting of my career.
Okay.
In Kolkata, that time I was in Kolkata.
Oh.
So we used to log in by 5:30 p.m.
Very nice.
And around 2:30 a.m. will be log out. Sometime 4:30 early morning.
Oh. So in Brahma Muhurta, you'll go to sleep.
Going back, waiting for cab.
Oh, Krishna. So you might be experiencing, no? You might know how it is. Sleepless nights, sleepless days also. So now, there's another very important thing. What are they running behind? Temporary pleasures of this world, running behind temporary pleasures. And these people are the ones who are compared to beasts of burden, donkeys. Why so? These are the ones who, normally when you approach them, say you approach them for Gita course, that come for Gita course, or take Bhagavad Gita, they are the ones who will say, I don't have time. I don't have time. Why I don't have time? Because I'm busy. I'm busy doing donkey work. I'm busy. I don't have time. And unfortunately, you'll see a lot of people will be into this category currently in this cage of Kali Yuga. It's so wonderful, huh? Krishna has already categorized people. What sort of people will be there in future? He has very nicely categorized. Therefore, these are the people who are not aware about spiritual life because they have never given any oral reception to any spiritual discourses or they have never read anything. So actually they don't know anything about spiritual life. So they are called as grossly foolish. And since they don't know about anything about spiritual life, so how will they practice spirituality? Not possible. So these are the people who are called as Mudha, foolish. Is that clear, everyone? Yes? Naradhama means lowest of mankind, lowest among mankind. Now these people are the ones who intentionally reject devotional service. Intentionally. The previous category, they were not knowing only because they don't have time. But these people, they intentionally reject devotional service. In fact, they are the ones who have good socio-political status. In the society, they have good status. They maintain decorum when it comes to social behavior. Everything they maintain like that. They have some knowledge also. But unfortunately, intentionally, they reject doing bhakti. Now tell me, after having a good status in the society, what is the use of it if we are not able to advance towards the Lord? Finally, the goal of life is to attain eternal service of Krishna. We discussed last time in the yoga ladder. Eternal service of Krishna. This is what we have to attain. But now the problem is that instead of reviving that eternal relationship with the Lord, the person is busy doing various things in this material world. Now, it doesn't matter how much busy the person is, doesn't matter how much productive the person is in this material world, doesn't matter how many people glorify him. Sometimes people glorify, oh, he works for 22 hours a day. Oh, really? That's something that has to be glorified. There was one news, no, recently a person died, he committed suicide because of work pressure. Huh? I came across that article on WhatsApp. Some devotee sent me. So we might say a lot of things. In fact, when I was working, there was one boy or man, one of them who was there.
Last week in Facebook, one corporate employee manager was written as this thing. So the people doesn't have time to spend with their kids also. with the corporate donkeys.
So when we were also working, so we had one person like that who would come on Saturday, Sundays also. Who will come very early and go very late from the office. And Saturday, Sunday also he'll work. It went on to such an extent, manager wrote a letter to the director that I am not calling him. If something happens to him, I'm not responsible. Manager wrote a letter. So sometimes, people might have a lot of zeal and passion to work and all that, and they might be glorified also. Such people are glorified at times. They have a good status in society as well. But what is the use of that if you are not marching towards the ultimate goal? That is reviving relation with the Lord. It's almost like you do everything else and you forget the main thing. That's how the situation is. Unfortunate situation. And sometimes what happens is people say, when devotees spend a lot of time with each other, they start saying, oh, I feel outside people are much better than devotees. If someone is very weird in his behavior, so at times people make such statement. Once one devotee had called me complaining something, and the devotee was saying this, that. I was hearing everything. Then the devotee said, oh, I feel that outside people are much better than devotees. Then I said, shut your mouth and listen what I'm saying now. Your time is over. Now listen to me what I'm saying. Tell me, even if a devotee is not behaving properly, still that devotee is better than outside people. Why? They're serving Lord. Something more logical. Serving Lord is okay. Something more.
At least it's conscious about the truth, original truth.
Okay, he's conscious about the truth, ultimate goal.
Humanity, we should not forget with the humanity.
Okay. What else? See, what is that? Moving in the right direction. See, when it comes to people outside, even if they're very good externally, you never know, because everyone has a demon inside. You never know when that demon will come out. When it comes to devotees, they're trying their best to tame that demon, to cleanse the heart. When they're chanting, when they're doing devotional service, they're trying to cleanse their heart. And it is like, even if the person his behavior is not proper, there is a hope that someday he'll be proper because he's in the right direction. And I think we had one slide in one of the session where we had two balls, one ball up, one ball down. So we asked which ball is higher. Naturally people will say the right ball, yes. But then if I tell the directions that this ball is going down and this ball is going up, then people will say, no, this ball will be higher, isn't it? So currently the situation is like that. Externally people might be there like that. And devotees might be there, some of the devotees whose behavior is not proper. But the directions matter. The direction matters. So these people might be very good, socio-politically very good. But unfortunately, since the direction is not proper, they are intentionally rejecting bhakti. They have there is no scope in their day-to-day life. And they are the ones who are attached to power, fame and wealth. See, in the first category, they were attached to gross things of this material world, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, busy in that. But here, these people are attached to power, fame and wealth. Subtle things. They want that. So in this way, these are people called as Naradhama, lowest among mankind. Is that clear? Difference is clear between the two, Mudha and Naradhama. Next is Maya Aparita Jnana. Knowledge stolen by illusion. Now, who are these people? These people are the ones who are very learned. Materially very learned. And sometimes these are the people who have read a lot of scriptures also. See, now when we say learned, then we talk about scientists and philosophers and all. But previously learned means they have read Shastra. That means learned. No BTech, MTech, PhD, etc. That's not called learned. In fact, according to Shastra, the teaching that is given in today's modern education, that's called as avidya. And what we learn is called as vidya from Shastra. Why is it called as avidya?
Because it's a half knowledge only. It's not a fully knowledge.
No, that is not knowledge only according. Avidya means no knowledge. It's like ignorance.
Ignorance.
Why?
Real knowledge is not being given.
Okay, real knowledge not given? Earning livelihood. Okay. Actually, by this, what do you mean by vidya? Vidya means that helps. Huh?
Knowing about the God.
Okay, knowing about God. So that knowledge that helps you to come out of this material entanglement. That's called as Vidya. And that information that keeps you in this material world, that's called as avidya. And that is what is the training that is given in modern day education. How to remain in this material world forever. Or how to go to hell. Very difficult. Now these are the people who are very learned. But unfortunately what happens is when someone is learned, previously also when people would read a lot of Shastra, even then they would remain sometimes in ignorance. And they are the ones who start giving their own interpretation and consider God merely a human being. You'll hear this many times. People will say, human being. God is a human being. Krishna, Lord Ram, Narsinga. Narsinga ko human being nahi bolte. But all these different personalities, they say, human being. Always remember one thing, when we are trying to understand about God, we should keep God in His own position. And we should remain in our position. And then we have to try to understand God. But you know what happens sometimes? We try to pull the Lord at our level and try to analyze. Like for example, when Krishna was just 7 years old, he picked up Govardhan mountain on the little finger of left hand for 7 days and 7 nights. Now, a person who wants to understand Krishna's pastime, who's pulling the Lord down at his level and trying to understand, he will start thinking that I'm not able to lift a stone also. How is it possible that someone lifts a Govardhan mountain? That to 22 kilometers in circumference? No, this is not possible. This is fiction. Now what happened? He pulled down the Lord at his level and trying to understand, and he is comparing himself with the Lord. That's the most worst part. Oh, I cannot lift? So I don't think anyone can lift in this world. Therefore, it is described, another thing. So one is pulling the Lord at our level or putting everyone on the Lord's level. They're two different things. One is pulling the Lord at our level and trying to analyze. And sometimes people want to defy the existence of God. They say, yeah, everyone is God. Everyone is God. And then people have no option also, right? The other people who are there, now if someone calls you God, obviously you people will not say, but outside if someone calls you God, oh, is it? Today I got to know. Thank you. Thank you. There was a guru, there are many gurus like that even today. So he was called as God again and again by his disciples. So one of our sannyasis, he said, "You are God? All your disciples are calling you God?" No, see, since they are calling me God, and if I tell them not to call me God, so what will happen is they'll feel bad. Therefore, I'm accepting that, okay, just to honor their words. Then this sannyasi became furious. He said that if tomorrow they call you dog, you'll accept? You'll accept only to keep their honor? You'll accept? This is the problem. They consider God as a merely another human being. And another thing is they think that creation is enacted by material nature. Normally you will see scientists and philosophers nowadays in the modern day, they say that nature is everything. Nature is everything. I had met one atheist while doing book distribution. So while doing book distribution, I got him, I was speaking about Gita, and after some time he said that I'm an atheist, after hearing my talk. Then my Brahmastra for atheistic people is karma philosophy. I asked this question, it's logical also, right? Karma, everyone accepts. I said, see, this entire world, you see so much of difference. There's some people who are poor, there are some people who are rich, some people who are dark, some people who are fair, some people are tall, some people are short. How come? So much of difference? There should be some logic behind. Then he said, everything happens according to the nature. It's all in sequence. No karma, it's all in sequence. It just automatically happens. Automatically happens. So there are people who say that this entire creation is enacted by nature and nothing else. So what does that mean? Oh, there is no need of God. There's no need of God. Everything is done by nature. There's no need of God. See, simple thing. When I say nature is like that, Immediately we should ask, we have this question, whose nature?
That's what.
Immediately we'll have this question, whose nature are we talking about?
God.
Sometimes people say that Shakti is doing everything. Who's Shakti? Because Shakti should have origin. And Shakti's origin is Shaktiman. Energy, energetic. So where is it coming from? So somehow these people are the ones who are extra smart. No. They're giving their own interpretation. They give their own interpretation, God does not exist. There's one person who wrote, God is dead, Robert. And then when Robert died, someone wrote, Robert is dead, God. So many times you'll find, people giving their own interpretation. So grossly foolish people, they don't have time for reading Shastra. When it comes to these people who are Naradhama, they read Shastra, they don't want to follow. They reject intentionally. And these people, they read Shastra and give misinterpretation. And such people cannot surrender to God. Now we have next category called Asuram Bhavam Ashrita, atheist. I found this t-shirt, someone was wearing this t-shirt, so I put as a slide. I was an atheist until I realized I was God.
That's nice comment.
Nice, huh? We can also print and put.
Until I realized I was a God.
So these are the people who think that they're God. Now first category of people, they didn't have time to read Shastra. They're foolish. Second category of people, they read Shastra but they don't want to follow. They intentionally rejected it. Third category, they read, they gave me their interpretation, misinterpretation. And the fourth category, they are the ones who reject Shastra. This doesn't work. Who knows who has written? One of my faculty was telling this. By the way, I remembered this in the previous category. So when I was working as a faculty, for 1 year I worked. So during that time, I was preaching to my HOD of the department. So it was December month and I went to give Bhagavad Gita to him. So he said, see, I know entire Bhagavad Gita. He's 50 plus or something. He was. I know entire Bhagavad Gita. I said, oh, you have read Bhagavad Gita?
No.
He said, no. Not needed. It all comes. It all comes. He was so proud of his experience and he was so proud of his education of being a PhD.
It's in Beats Prabhuji.
No, in Mumbai University. So proud, so very proud that he was not able to accept. He's not able to accept. So we see that those people are the knowledge stolen by illusion. They're so proud. And the next higher level to that is atheistic people. I told you, that I met an atheistic person. Then normally the atheistic people, they have their forums. And in that forum they discuss how God does not exist. Like we have our discourses, so they have their discourses. And they discuss how God does not exist. So I asked him, you might be part of some forum? He said, yes. He said, Tirupati Atheistic Club. I was wondering, people go to Tirupati to become devotees. And here in Tirupati, there is a club called Tirupati Atheistic Club. Anyways, what to do? People exist like that.
To your point, Prabhu, reminded me of a movie called God is Not Dead.
God?
Is Not Dead.
Okay.
It's on true event. And your university experience. So the professor was he was an atheist.
Okay.
He was trying to make all the students atheists.
Oh.
Forcefully. One student stood against him. And they had debates for days and days and days. This was and it's a true event, and ultimately the professor accepted his defeat. He said, yes, God exists.
Yeah, very good. Very nice. In fact, nowadays, this particular thing is happening in schools also, where teachers are preaching this atheism. One of the devotees told me this, their kid, I think 4th standard or 5th standard, the teacher was preaching, it seemed, there is no God, God does not exist and all that. And that, now see, these kids, when they sit here, they listen, they speak. That kid started speaking, and then parents got to know. So now nothing can be done much if teachers are demons. Then you cannot do anything. Just kids will be trained as demons. A very unfortunate situation. So this is one, they reject scripture. Second one is, they do not believe in personal form of God. This is another category of atheistic people. They might say that, okay, I accept God is there, but He does not have form. He's just light. Or he's just, no, what to say. In fact, saying light is still Brahman. That is still okay. But they're like, that God does not have any form. And they will pull down God, to the low platform. They would say, you see these beggars and all? They are God. You feed them. There was a concept that came into picture a couple of decades back called Daridra Narayan. So beggars were called as Daridra Narayan. Why are you going and serving Narayan in the temple? There are so many Daridra Narayan sitting outside the temple, serve them. So these are these people. They try their own ways, to preach to people that there is no God. And they are in the same Guru Parampara of Hiranyakashipu. Yes. Guru disciplic succession of Hiranyakashipu. I think the Param Guru might be Hiranyakashipu, Ravan and...
Sir, one more thing. It was in 2007 and 8. There's a Congress government has been declared that this is not why you are building a Ram Janmabhoomi. They're saying they defeated. Can you prove it? There is a Ram will be there in existence. Then Supreme Court directly they claimed it. The debate is gone. They shut down that after 2 weeks back.
Very nice. In India, such things are happening. Very nice. It's almost like in Mumbai there was a adult who filed a case on his parents, and the case was they didn't take my permission before begetting me. Baseless case. You see, I had that snapshot with me. It's not there here. So baseless. There's no base. Anyway, so these are the 4 categories of people who don't surrender. First is Mudha, means grossly foolish. Second, Naradhama, means lowest of mankind. Third, Maya Aparitagyana, means knowledge stolen by illusion. Fourth, Asuram Bhavam Ashrita, atheistic people. Now these are the people who will never surrender to God. In fact, atheistic people, they have their own arguments of saying God never descended, God does not exist. This is their mood. Now,
The third category also fall in a way in atheist, because the scientists clearly say, science can't prove it, so God does not exist.
Yeah.
So it's their thinking, but thankfully now a lot of even scientists in NASA and all say, God exists, that's why these things are happening.
Yes.
But in a way they also exist, right? Because
Yeah.
they do not agree to it.
Yeah. Now here the category, how this category is made by the Lord is those people who are giving the misinterpretation after reading Shastra. And these people are the ones who are rejecting just on the go. Just reject, like that category. But actually that's correct. They also come in that category only. Yeah. Now let's discuss 4 categories of people who come to Krishna. And you have to analyze which category you belong to. We have to belong to either of the 4. It's not that we'll be 5th one. It's either of the 4 we will be. Please repeat everyone. Chaturvida bhajante ma Jana sukritana arjuna Artho jigyasurartharthi Jnani cha bharatarshabha. Someone read the translation.
Best among the 4 kinds of lives.
4 times.
Means begin to render devotional service unto me, disgrace the desire of wealth, the implicity and he who is searches for knowledge and the absolute.
So these are the 4 categories. So see the shloka. Chaturvidha. Chaturvidha means 4 types. Bhajante mam, the ones who worship me. So bhaja, whenever this word bhaja comes, nowadays bhajan means they make it as synonym to kirtan. So bhajan, it actually refers to worshipping the Lord or serving the Lord. That's the word bhajan. So bhajante mam, they worship me. Who are they? Janaha sukritinaha. Sukritina janaha. They are the ones who have enough sukruti. They are the ones who are doing good activities. Sukruti. So Arjuna, these are the 4 categories. Which are the 4 categories? Artha. Artha means distressed. Then jigyasu. Jigyasu means simple. Inquisitive. Jigyasu. Artharthi. Artha means what? Artha? Money. Artha, arthi. Arthi means the one who is desiring money. So, desiring for money. And then jnani. So here, by the way, jnani does not talk about the jnani that we discussed in the yoga ladder. Here this jnani is different. So here is a person who is searching for the absolute truth. So in this way, these are the 4 categories of people. Okay, let's discuss one by one. Artha, distressed. Many times people come to temple out of distress. बहुत problem है जीवन में. I want some relief from my material distress. Many times, many categories of people come. And since we are in the temple, we stay in the temple, so we see all sorts of unique pieces, antique pieces from museum. They'll sit in front of the altar. Suddenly someone will start crying. Now you never know what they're going through. Suddenly start crying. And these people, they'll suddenly come and they'll start asking questions, deep questions of life. Once one person came and he was asking, ये जीवन ऐसे क्यों है? Why this life is like this? Now what will I answer? Now for answering that question I have to give all sessions, starting from we are not the body, we are spirit, soul, karma, 3 modes of material nature. ये जीवन ऐसा क्यों है? And many times, we see that these people are so distressed. They're searching for some solace. And these are the people, sometimes, if they don't have enough pious spiritual credit, they end up getting cheated. Because the person is very much distressed. कुछ तो solution चाहिए अभी निकलने के लिए. I saw one IT professional, in one of the, some sabha was there. Some guru, some fake guru sabha was there. And then this IT professional, he said, I have these problems, I'm not getting promotion, etc., etc. And this person was sitting on the asana, he said that आशीर्वाद रहे आपको. आप हर दिन 10 रुपए की गड्डी, a bundle of 10 rupees note, keep it in your locker and keep opening it and keep seeing it. All your problems will be solved. आशीर्वाद रहे. And this IT professional who was there, he started crying. बाबा आप ही बचा सकते हैं. धन्यवाद बाबा, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद. Now when people are distressed, it becomes very difficult. But if they are distressed and they come to Krishna, they are very fortunate. Because they come to the right place. And they are the ones who keep searching for peace of mind. बहुत distress हो गया. Sometimes the distress can be because of some health issue, sometimes monetary issue, some relationship problem. I don't know if I shared here. There was one boy, every Saturday evening I have this youth festival. Unmarried boys, they come for this session, 100 of them, something like that. Someone was sitting besides me while having prasad. He came and he's like, Guruji, prashna puchu? Na puchu? And I was having my prasad. He was asking. He said that मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड छोड़ के चली गई थी, अभी वापस आ गई है. Should I accept her? I said, पहले Guruji, and after, and I'm wearing the color of the cloth also he's saying, and then he's asking. Then I thought, okay, really he's distressed because from his face I was able to see that very, very confused. Should I accept her, not accept? Then I said, where did she go? And then he was saying that actually many times she goes like this. And she comes back. I said, where does she go? She goes with someone else. Then I said, how come with someone else? ऐसे कैसे कोई जा सकती है? Then he told me, प्रभु जी वो जो पीती है ना उसको समझ नहीं आता किसके साथ जा रही है वो. When she drinks, she does not understand with whom she is going. And then he was asking me, then look at this person's distressful dialogue. He says, Guruji, आप ही कहते हैं ना that we should be compassionate, we should forgive and forget. तो यहाँ forgiveness करना चाहिए ना. If the quality of forgiveness is not there, then it's a problem. So I was thinking that I should forgive her and accept her again. I said, it's not about forgiveness, it's your lust that is telling you to do this. Rascal, get out from here. So many times you'll find such people. Many times. Especially when they come for, such people come for temple and they ask, can I speak to someone? I want to share my heart. I run away from that place. And suddenly people will start crying and something. So they are searching for peace of mind. They are the ones who want freedom from stress and anxiety. And all these four categories of people we find in Shastra also. The first category, that is Artha category, distressed category, we have this person, we have this devotee. Previously his name was Indradyumna Maharaj, who in next life, due to some offense, he got the body of an elephant. Now what happened is, he and his entire family, an elephant and many wives of his, and many kids of his, they thought, let's go for a picnic, maybe vacation time of school, you never know. They went for a picnic, and they went to a huge water body. It's very hot, they were feeling thirsty, so there was a water body, they entered that water body. Huge lake it was. And then, this elephant called Gajendra, he was taking the water in his trunk and he was bathing his wives and kids and they were having nice time. It was all nice, goody atmosphere. And in that goody time, happy time, there came a crocodile and caught Gajendra's leg. Now initially what happened is, Gajendra is that elephant who's very strong. And he had all strong elephants around him. Gajendra tried his best, he was not able to come out. Then he said, okay, no problem. My other elephant friends who have come with me, they will remove. So they made a chain and they were pulling him out and they were not able to pull him out because this crocodile was, he caught very tight. And now the problem is that elephant is a terrestrial animal on the land. Crocodile is the animal in the water. And now they are in the water. Naturally, crocodile will be strong. And the crocodile is not leaving. And the fight went on and on for many years. Many years. And here this elephant is losing his strength. And then he understood, none of my family members can save me. None of my friends can save me. My strength also cannot save me. At that time, he picked up a lotus flower and he offered to the Lord and started chanting wonderful prayers, starting with Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Yata Eta Chidatmakam Purushayadi Bijaya Pareshaya Vidhimahi. And it goes on. This comes in 8th canto Bhagavatam, 3rd chapter, Shloka 2 to 29. Very beautiful prayers. And in that, again and again, he's saying, Mamavatu, please protect me. So this Gajendra, he comes in this category of distressed. He called out to the Lord only because he was distressed. And you see many times, people of this world, they call out to the Lord only when they are distressed. When something happens in life, then they look up. Why me? There's one person who was doing this every day. From his terrace, he would throw a lot of nice things. Packets of some grains and packets of some dry fruits and money also. And people are picking it up. And no one would be seeing who is throwing. So he went to a sadhu and he said, no one is acknowledging my service. Then the sadhu said, I'll give you a trick. Tomorrow you throw stones from the top. When stones he started throwing, at that time people started seeing, who is that who is throwing stone at me? And they were taking stone and trying to beat him. So here it's very clear that when things are good, thinking about God becomes a bit difficult. But then when things are not good, then actually people think about God. And many people like that come, to our temples. And obviously they are freed from distress as well, no doubt. This first category called distressed. Second is called as artharthi, looking for material gain. They're looking for money, they're looking for good occupation, beautiful wife, etc. Material things basically. They want something material. See, sometimes, when people go to temple, sometimes people ask this question, Sab theek hai na jeevan mein? Mandir gaya tha aaj tu? Sab theek hai? And other category of people, they ask this question. What did you ask? You went to temple, no? What did you ask? And see, after coming to bhakti, what happens is, we realize that Lord has already given so much to us. Now it's a time to express gratitude, to offer thanks to the Lord. And naturally people stop asking. How many of you have experienced this? Before you had a long list and now the list has reduced. Yes, we have few. Okay, nice. So when you say that, no, I didn't ask anything, then people will say, पागल है क्या? मंदिर गया और कुछ नहीं पूछा? You didn't ask anything? What's wrong with you? So it means if you go to temple, you have to ask something. Because a lot of people belong to this category of artharthi, of asking for something. And it's very nice to see. In fact, we personally also we have seen such people who have come to our temple. There was one boy who was very regular for our sessions. Very regular. Every Saturday evening, first he will sit. And after some time, he stopped coming. I asked his mentor, why is he not coming? Then his mentor said he got a job. He's not coming. And after a few months, again he started coming. I asked his mentor, how come he's coming? He lost his job. We want many people like that. In Shastra, this category, there's one personality who belonged to this category who approached the Lord for asking something, and his name is Dhruv Maharaj. You heard the pastime of Dhruv Maharaj, no? Harikshar who had taken the session. So Dhruv Maharaj had this desire that I want a kingdom greater than my great-grandfather Brahma. Now Brahma owns the entire universe. He wanted something bigger than universe. डिजायर करना तो ऐसा करना चाहिए एकदम हटके दुनिया से हटके एक्चुअली इनका डिजायर दुनिया से हटके था ही वांटेड समथिंग बियॉन्ड दिस यूनिवर्स एंड ही डिड अ लॉट ऑफ तपस्या in the first month maybe some fruits water something he was taking, after that the leaves which fall from the tree, after that only water, then only breathing, after that he stopped breathing, and in 6 months he got darshan of the Lord. And at that time when he got darshan of the Lord, he started offering prayers, and wonderful prayers, where he said, Sthana bilashi tapasi stitoham. Oh Lord, I was doing tapasya for getting a sthana, getting a kingdom greater than my great-grandfather Brahma. Tvam praptavan deva munendra guhyam. Oh Lord, but now I have attained you. I have attained you who are guhya, who don't appear even to Muni, Indra, Munindra Guhyam. Kachan vichinvan api divya ratnam. I was searching for broken pieces of glass, O Lord, but now I got api divya ratnam, I have got precious jewel in front of me. And Lord is like, Arey, wo sab chodo. You wanted something. Do you want something now? Swamin kritharthosmi varam nayache. Oh Lord, I'm completely satisfied by getting your darshan. I don't want anything. Literally, we have devotees who might come because of some problems in life or because they want something. But once they start practicing bhakti, at times problem remains. Problem remains, but the problem goes away. You understand? Externally problem remains, but problem here it goes away. His internal satisfaction of the devotee is so great that he's like, okay, it's part of life. This is the change that devotees see in their day-to-day life when they start practicing bhakti. Because see, we don't escape our karma, and we shouldn't. Whatever we have done, we have to face it. We cannot escape saying, why I'm not getting, why I'm getting this distress, etc. We have to face it. But the strength to face that particular situation when we practice bhakti nicely. And I'm sure everyone sitting might have experienced or surely will experience that you're going through a critical phase and still you're smiling. You're okay with it because now the dependence on the Lord is increased more. In this way, here we see that there's a second category called Artharthi. They want something. And they come and ask. No problem. See, Krishna is our eternal Father. If we don't ask our Father, will we ask our neighbor or what? No problem. Shastras say, even if you want something, come and ask. Come and ask. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Akama. If you have no desire, okay, no problem. Sarva kama, you have all desire, no problem. Moksha kama, you have desire for liberation, no problem. You come to me, come to Krishna and do intense bhakti. That's the shloka. So this is the second category. The third category is jigyasu, inquisitive. Now they are the ones who are curious to know more. They're very curious to know more. Many times, people have this thing. I'm sure many of you might be also having a lot of curiosity and inquisitiveness. And they are the people who are inquisitive about self-realization. This is something that has to be understood. What is before birth, after death, about the 14 planetary system, and this and that. They want to hear new things. They want information basically. So these are inquisitive people. Now these people who are inquisitive, their inquisitiveness is on the spiritual platform. I'm not talking about people who are inquisitive about outside world. Inquisitive on the spiritual platform, that is appreciated. That is appreciated because they're inquiring something on the transcendental platform which is beyond human reach. That's appreciated. Therefore, Krishna is listing these people in the category of Sukritinaha as in the 4 categories of people who come to him. So they're inquisitive. And in Shastra, we have a person called Shaunaka Rishi who comes in this category. Bhagavatam was discussed between 2 personalities and their names were. Who was the guru who was speaking? No, Bhagavatam, not Bhagavad Gita. I think I have not spoken about that here. So Bhagavatam was spoken by Shukadeva Goswami to King Parikshit. Parikshit had this curse that he'll be dying in 7 days. At that time this Bhagavatam was spoken.
Vyasa Bhagavan's son.
Correct. You know him?
No, I just read it.
Yes.
The Parikshit Maharaj dying before.
Who is Parikshit?
Arjuna.
Correct. Arjuna's grandson. Arjuna's son is Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu's son is Parikshit. So Parikshit got a curse that he'll die in 7 days. Someday we'll discuss about this also. I gave a session, it might be there on the channel. It is called as Preparation for Final Exam. Some topic I given some session like that.
Parikshit went to ask for this. How will he get a moksha in 7 days? So what are the...
Yes, his question was, what is the duty of a person who is about to die? And that's how entire discussion started. So in that discussion between Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit, there was one person sitting, his name was Suta Goswami. Suta Goswami. Now he heard the entire Bhagavatam class by Shukadeva Goswami for 7 days and 7 nights. Now at the start of Kali Yuga, what happened is, seeing the ill effects of Kali Yuga, there were a lot of great sages who came together in a place called Naimisharanya. And in that place they were doing a lot of yajna. Look at the selflessness of these sages. Only to counteract the ill effects of Kali Yuga, they were doing yajna. Now at that time, in that group of sages was one person called Shaunaka Rishi, whom I'm talking about. And when this entire discussion was going on, what to do, Kali Yuga is proceeding like this, Suta Goswami enters that assembly. And they all knew that he has heard Bhagavatam directly in that very momentous discussion. And they told Suta Goswami that you please help us. So all these many thousands of sages who had assembled, they had one person called Shaunaka Rishi as their lead. And he was asking question to Suta Goswami and Suta Goswami was answering. Now these answers were given from the answers or discussion from the 2 personalities, Parikshit and Shukadeva Goswami. So Shaunaka Rishi was having a lot of inquisitiveness. He was asking a lot of questions. Therefore he is categorized in this category called inquisitiveness. Now the next category is called as Jnani. Searching for knowledge of absolute. They are the ones who are not approaching for something material. They are not interested in something material. They want to gain knowledge about God. And they are the ones who want to attain liberation. They want to break the cycle of birth and death. Now these are the people who are on a higher platform and they approach God for understanding about God. Now they are much more higher than the first 3 category. First 3 were having some material desires, so they were coming. But this category is very unique and very nice because this category of people, they want to know about God and they want to break the cycle of birth and death. So in this way, we have these 4 categories of people. Oh, by the way, 4 Kumaras, the sons of Brahma, they belong to this category. They are actually searching for God. They ended up in Vaikuntha and they got darshan, they became devotees. Now one thing which I would like to highlight here is, these 4 categories, especially the first 3, if we at all belong to this category, okay, let me ask, tell me No. Truthfully. How many of you came to Bhakti or came to these classes, continued these classes because you were distressed? Raise your hand.
I am Artho.
Yeah, no problem. It's 4 categories. Sukrutinaha. Okay, except him, no one else is there. Okay, no problem. Then second one is Artharthi. You wanted something, so you came to temple. Anyone like that? Kritik, huh? Okay. Earlier, yes. Earlier. But you'd go to temple to ask for something, no?
Long time.
Give me this, give me that. Yes, and sometimes you might forget, so you'll open your mobile to see the list. I forgot this, please give me this also. Okay, Jigyasu, being very inquisitive, so you want to know, so you came to the temple. Yes?
Now I even do.
Inquisitiveness, okay.
Before I mean,
And then fourth category, searching for God. Krishna kothai, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Oh, in ISKCON, Krishna is there. Okay, so you came to ISKCON. How many of you belong to this category? Searching for God. Okay, 2, 3 of you.
Trying to get into that.
Okay, trying to get into that category. How many of you feel that you're a mixture of these 4? Huh? Yes.
Second and third row.
Yes. So, see, we might belong to this category, but one thing which I'd like to highlight here is, especially the first 3, if we at all belong to this first 3 category and say, we don't go to the higher realm of devotional service, there's a high chance of leaving bhakti. Like for example, say, you are very distressed, so you came to bhakti. Okay. And then that distress is solved. Now you're peaceful. So naturally what happens is, the person is like, the purpose for which I had come is solved. So I'll come later. I'm done.
next
I was preaching to one of my friend.
Our life is like that. Distress will come and go. It
Correct.
will not. It will never stop.
Correct.
So that kind of people will like how you like.
They'll keep coming and going.
human life never ends as a vicious. Keep coming for the
Yes,
vicious.
yes. So, yeah, they'll keep coming and going. But many times it happens that the person goes away. Because Maya is very strong. Once you start practicing bhakti, remember Maya does overtime on devotees to check actually this person is doing bhakti or something else. So Maya is very strong, she catches the person. I'll tell you one real example. They were husband and wife, they were chanting 16 rounds every day. So in their family, one of the member got one very terrible disease or something. And then these people who are chanting 16 rounds, they stopped chanting. They stopped coming in association of devotees, thinking that, oh, I'm doing so much and Lord did this to me or did this to my family member. They stopped coming. And the most unfortunate situation was that I had asked one devotee, check how they are doing. And the response that came from the other side was, now 2 hours are saved. We're able to do other activities in those 2 hours when we're chanting 16 rounds. See? So that is very, very pathetic. Very pathetic. Therefore, say whatever reason, doesn't matter. We are distressed, so we came to bhakti, or we wanted something, so we came to bhakti, or we were inquisitive, so we came to bhakti. Even inquisitive people leave. Huh? I had one of my student like that. After session, he would ask so many questions. He'll hijack the time of mine. No one will get a chance to ask questions. In the question answer session, he'll ask. After the class, when I'll be standing, he'll come and ask. And after few sessions, he was missing. I asked his friend, close friend who was coming with him, why he's not coming? He said, Prabhuji was very inquisitive and many of the things you answered already. Now he's gone to another organization to check what they are doing. Inquisitive. Therefore, we cannot remain on this platform for long. This is the point that I'm saying. So we come to the Lord and we should learn what is pure devotional service. See here, the shloka. Please repeat. Udarah sarva evaite Jnani tvatmaiva me matam Astitah sahi yuktatma Mam evanuttamam gatim. Someone read Mataji's.
All these devotees are undoubtedly
Magnanimous.
magnanimous souls, but he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me, the highest and most perfect goal.
You know why Krishna is calling all the 4 categories as Udaraha? magnanimous, बहुत उदार है ये लोग. Why is calling like that? Because they could have gone to anyone, but they are coming to Krishna. First point. Secondly, why they are so much glorified? What is the need? After all, they have come because of distress or to ask something or whatever. Why there is so much glorification is there in Gita? Because there is a point. When someone comes to bhakti like this, or someone comes because of whatever reasons, and they are approaching Krishna for that, with time the person will get purified. Like our Dhruv Maharaj, he did so much of tapasya to get Brahmanda, something greater than Brahmanda. And when Lord appeared in front of him, he was so purified that Lord is asking, Bolo kya chahiye? And he is saying, Swamin kritharthos me varam na yache. I am so satisfied, I don't want anything. So naturally with time we get purified. So they are glorified. But now the thing is, here Krishna is saying, okay, all four are very nice. But the fourth category, that is the person who is rendering service to me, or who is searching for absolute, that person is very dear to me. He is like my own self, and he is the one, by rendering transcendental service, he will come back to me very, very soon. That's the point that is made here. What is so great about this person? Why is Krishna giving so much of importance? Because he is rendering pure devotional service. And here is a shloka. What do you mean by pure devotional service? Sometimes people say, I'm a pure devotee of Krishna. What do you mean by pure devotee? Here is a definition. Please repeat. Anya bhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anukulyena krishnano Sheelanam bhakti ruttama. Someone read. Prabhuji's.
First class devotional service diagram. One must be devoid of all material desires, knowledge obtained by monastic philosophy, and favorable action. The devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna desires.
First is Anya Abhilashya Shunya. Means other desire zero. Now see, there's a very important thing to note that when we say pure devotional service, it means the person does not have any desire for anything material. The first point that is made here, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Means when we have material desires, that still has a mixture because you want something for yourself. So Anya Abhilashita Shunyam means you don't want anything. Then why are you approaching God? To serve Him. The only desire is I want to serve my Lord. Now this is a very nice thing to note that actually Lord has given everything. Whatever is needed, whatever we deserve, that is given to us. But what to do? We desire those things which we don't deserve. And we want that for ourselves. But that person who gets spiritually elevated in his consciousness, he understands whatever I deserve, that already I have. And naturally he becomes satisfied. And he doesn't pray for anything material. He doesn't have desire only for anything material. First point. Then how does he render devotional service? How does a pure devotee render devotional service? Now, Kans, he also used to think about Krishna only all the time. When the 8th child was shifted from Karagraha to Gokul Mahavan, and the baby girl was brought this side, and when Kans tried killing that baby girl, at that time, 8-handed form of, or 10-handed form of Durga manifested. And she told Kans that your Kal has taken birth somewhere else already. She didn't give the address. Somewhere your death personified has taken birth already. After that day, Kans was always thinking about Krishna. He would look at the door, he'd like, close the door, I'm able to see my Kal Krishna standing there. Close the window, I'm able to see Krishna. When he used to drink water, in the water also he was seeing Krishna. Now just imagine he was more Krishna conscious than all devotees. He was conscious of Krishna. But was he rendering devotional service?
No.
His mood was, I want to kill Krishna. He was fearful of Krishna, so he was thinking about Krishna. So this is a very important thing to note. That someone might say thinking about Krishna is bhakti, but it is not like that. Sometimes people say, andari andar I do bhakti. Andari andar, something, I don't know what is there andar. Sometimes I say that अंदर ही अंदर मैं करता हूँ, अंदर ही अंदर से आवाज आता है, मतलब गैस का आवाज रहेगा, देख लो, have some medicine. So andar andar, all that thing is there. No, sometimes you have to understand. Kans was also doing andar bhakti. He was also remembering Lord. Sometimes when I tell people chant on beats, they say, Prabhuji 24/7 chalta rehta hai andar. अंदर चलता रहता है. I don't know क्या चलता रहता है. I don't know.
सुबह शाम तक खाता रहता है.
So in this way, we have to understand, even Kans was remembering the Lord 24/7, but he was not a devotee. So how should one render devotional service on pure devotional platform? Anukulyena Krishna. One should render devotional service in a way it is favorable for the Lord, not at the mood of killing. In the way which is favorable to the Lord. Now someone might say, favorable to the Lord? Oh, I offer everything to God. Whatever I have in my family, whatever I eat, first I offer to the Lord. I heard that there was one family, they were offering non-veg to Jagannath. They were Orissa, they were cooking non-veg and offering non-veg to Jagannath. And their mood was, we are offering everything to God. And we have some category of people in Bengal also. They're Brahmanas, but they eat fish. And how do they justify? That mochi is jal phal. Yes. Jal phal. It is phal of jal. It is fruit from the water. And anyways, Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam. Oh, how people try to misinterpret the scriptures for their own sense gratification.
So they given one more thing.
And
egg also. Vibhuti phal they said.
Vibhuti phal, huh?
Vibhuti phal, egg they say.
Haribol, very nice. First time I heard this. So here we see. Okay. Here we see that how people, they might say that I'm doing bhakti. I'm offering meat, I'm offering fish. Is that bhakti? Then another person I heard that he was glorifying that my relative is a great devotee of Krishna. I said, what he does? He offers everything to Krishna. In fact, when we go home to that home of that person, when he offers us Coca-Cola, Coke, that also he offers to Krishna. Chai also he offers to Krishna, then he gives us. Now tell me, is this bhakti? Now, a person who does not have knowledge from Shastra, he will look at this and say, my God is such a great, pure devotee. He offers everything to Krishna. But what is pure devotional service, we have to understand. See, therefore, only when we read Shastra, we understand what is actually pure devotional service. Or else, whatever we do, we think that is pure devotional service. So, yes, Anukulena Krishna, that should be favorable for Krishna. Now, the mood is favorable that I want to offer to Krishna. But, what to offer, that we learn. And here there is a word called Anushilanam. Therefore, we have to follow in the footsteps of previous great devotees in the line, in the parampara. Now, when we look at them, we see that they are following Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. So, what is told by these triangle of Guru, Sadhu and Shastras, that is what we are supposed to do. And that is actually favorable devotional service. And when we render devotional service like that, yes, that is called as Uttama Bhakti. I have no material desires. And then I am serving the Lord favorably the way previously the devotees served. But nowadays, people want to do something hatke. I want to do something different devotional service to please the Lord. No, we cannot please the Lord by doing something hatke, but we can please the Lord by doing the same thing what the previous great devotees have done. Very, very important. So in this way, this one desire should be there in our heart that I want to serve Krishna. I want to attain that eternal service of Krishna. Today morning I was speaking about a devotee whose name is Kolavecha Sridhar. He was just selling bananas. Very poor. And in Navadvip area, there are a lot of banana trees around. Now just imagine a person who is selling a commodity which is available everywhere for free. Now just imagine how much profit he will be getting. Very poor fellow. Didn't have proper clothes to wear. Didn't have proper place to stay. Didn't have proper food to eat. But he was a great devotee. Full night he would be chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So one day Gauranga, tomorrow is Gaur Purnima, so I thought I'll tell this pastime. So one day Gauranga, he was exhibiting or he was manifesting his forms of Krishna for all his devotees. That's called as Leela. 21 hours of Leela that was. So whichever devotee would come, he would show, no, the form the devotee want to take darshan of. So one devotee was Ram Bhakta, he wanted to see the form of Lord, and Lord manifested as Ram form. Another devotee, he wanted to have darshan of Krishna, and Gauranga, he manifested as Shyamasundara Roop, and he gave darshan. And he was fulfilling benedictions of everyone on that day. So Sridhar was called. And Sridhar was asked that, oh Sridhar, you ask me whatever you want, I'll give you. Then Lord said himself, do you want a palatial house? I'll give you. He said, no Lord, I don't want. He was staying in a hut which used to leak in the rains. Then he said, do you want fine clothes and fine food? No, I don't want. Then he was like, do you want 8 mystic powers? To fly in the air, becoming heavier than the heaviest, becoming smaller than the smallest? He said, no Lord, I don't want. And at that time, Lord is going on telling him, you ask something. And he's like, oh Lord, I don't want anything. Please be peaceful. I have everything. Can you imagine a devotee telling the Lord, please be peaceful? I have everything. I'm satisfied. And then Lord asked him again, and no, you have to ask for something. And at that time, you know what Sridhar asked? He asked only for one thing. He said, oh Lord, I just want to render devotional service onto your lotus feet, birth after birth. And all the devotees around who were hearing this, they were all so happy. So happy. They were all loudly chanting, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. This is the desire. Every devotee should have this desire in the heart that I want to attain Krishna this life. We have come so close, so close. There are many people outside, they might not know who is Gauranga. And tomorrow we're going to celebrate Gaur Purnima. And Lord Gauranga, he comes every yuga, every Kali Yuga he manifests. But only once in the day of Brahma, when Krishna appears, Gauranga appears, but this Kali Yuga when he appears, he gives Mahamantra, and along with that, he gives Krishna Prem or eternal bhakti to Lord Krishna, which is not done in any yuga. Now can you imagine, what did we do to take birth in such a nice situation? This period in Shastra is called as golden period, which is currently going on. It's the time of Sandhya that is going on. The transition between Dwapar Yuga to Kali Yuga. But it's considered as Kali Yuga, but it's Sandhya, transition time. It's called as golden period. How? What did we do to take birth in the age, this time? If we would have taken birth, in fact, there was a time when Prabhupada left this world, there's a huge dark phase that ISKCON went through. Because at that time, Prabhupada's senior disciples were just 5, 6 years or 10 years old in Krishna consciousness. Because 1965 he started, 1977 Prabhupada left. Now say the first disciple also will be how many years? 12 years max. Now 12 years is nothing. I myself have spent now more than 10, but I feel that I don't know anything. I have so much to learn. Just imagine when Prabhupada left at that time, there are many people who started pulling people out of ISKCON. And literally people started leaving ISKCON at that time. This dark phase, literally dark phase. Now if we would have taken birth at that time, we would have not taken up to bhakti. Because there was so much of chaos. At that time that movie also came, Dam Maro Dam Mita Jayegam. Yes. And devotees of ISKCON at that time were portrayed as if they're drug addicts, and this is what they do. They chant Hare Krishna and they take drugs. Now all this was the situation at that time. Just imagine if we would have taken birth at that time, at least I would have not taken up to bhakti in ISKCON for sure. Now just imagine we have taken birth at a time when now ISKCON is stable, it is growing everywhere, and pure devotional service is preached about. Bhagavad Gita is, we have classes, Bhagavatam classes. Now just imagine, everything is set now. Everything is set. The only thing that we have to do is we have to do bhakti. I was telling this in today's second class in the morning, that in front of us full prasadam plate has been kept. Everything is served in that. Full feast is there. And we are sitting in front of prasadam plate. We have chanted prasadam prayers. And very foolishly, we are saying, no, I'll not eat. I'll not eat. No, eat such a delicious prasad, please eat. No, I'll not eat. So now just tell me. Now someone might say, no, his stomach might be full, so maybe he's saying, no, actually he's hungry. But foolishly he is saying that I will not eat. So similarly, we all are hankering. We are all hankering for eternal happiness, and Shastras say eternal happiness is only possible when we attain eternal service of Krishna. But after coming to devotional service, when the person says, no, I will not do devotional service, ज़्यादा नहीं करना है मुझे, such a person is as foolish as the person sitting in front of prasadam plate, hungry but not eating. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada served the entire prasadam plate for us by giving everything possible. Everything that Gauranga gave us, Prabhupada has just distributed it all around the world. The only thing that we have to do is just practice, just follow. And any devotee who does that, by the mercy of Gauranga, surely a person will go back home, back to Godhead. Sometimes the devotees ask this question, Prabhuji, आप तो बोलते रहते go back home this very life. How will I go back home this very life? मेरे में इतने अनर्थ है, so much of contamination is there. You know what? Actually, we are not qualified to go back home. We cannot break the cycle of birth and death. योग्यता है ही नहीं. योग्यता है ही नहीं. We don't have qualification. But if at all we go back home this very life, you know what is the reason? It's because of Gauranga's mercy. Because Gauranga came just to take us back home, back to Godhead. Person is qualified, not qualified. He has come here to give mercy. Even without any qualification, if we accept His mercy, we are ready to go back home, back to Godhead. So it's only by Gauranga's mercy. Therefore, there is a song called Jadi Gaur na hoy to tabe ki hoy to jivana bahita kishe. If Gauranga wouldn't have appeared, there is no question of going back home, back to Godhead. Before Lord's appearance, Lord Gauranga's appearance, it is described, there was, people were doing bhakti. But max to max, they were knowing only about Vaikuntha, nothing beyond Vaikuntha. But Gauranga, he appeared and he gave something called as Braja Bhakti, or how to render devotional service in the mood of Vrindavan Vasis, like the Gopas and the Gopis, Mother Yashoda and others. So max to max people are knowing about Dasya Bhav, how to serve the Lord in servant mood. But the higher rasas, which I think we'll discuss in one of the class, that was not given. And Gauranga came to give that for free to anyone. Anyone. Therefore, on Gaur Purnima, we express our gratitude now by celebrating this festival. And we beg and pray to Him that you delivered Jagai and Madhai. You all remember Jagai and Madhai? Everyone? You delivered Jagai and Madhai, O Lord. But you forgot to deliver the combined incarnation. I am that combined incarnation of Jagai and Madhai. I am the most fallen. You please deliver me, O Lord. There is a very nice song where it says that even after seeing a patita like me, if you don't deliver me, then how come your name is Patita Pavan? It's like blackmailing the Lord. Your name is Patita Pavan. It means you have to deliver Patita, and I am Patita. Why are you not delivering me? The intense prayer, oh Lord, I am Patita, please deliver me. Therefore, it's very important to pray. So all the ones who are coming tomorrow, all the ones who are observing Gaur Purnima festival, by fasting, by chanting more number of rounds, please pray to the Lord that somehow, oh Lord, you have pulled me to bhakti. Now please inspire me and give me that enthusiasm and determination to continue this unfinished race of many, many lifetimes and reach back to eternal service. Very, very important prayer. Very, very important prayer. So all of you may be chanting 4 rounds or whatever. I request you all tomorrow at least chant 16 rounds for the pleasure of Gauranga. And take a commitment for the pleasure of Gauranga that I would like to continue bhakti for my entire life. You please bless me. For your pleasure, I want to continue. And this will be the actual gift on the birthday of the Lord. This will be the actual gift. Commitment towards bhakti is the actual gift. So I stop here. If you have any questions from today's session, you can ask. Yes, Kritik Prabhu.
Prabhuji, why Krishna was wearing that peacock's wing?
Peacock feather.
Yes, in his head.
So this peacock feather has got many pastimes. One pastime I would like to tell, which is related to today's topic also. So when Krishna would go to the forest, a lot of animals would come to see him and take his darshan. How fortunate they were. So one of the animals was peacock. One of the bird was peacock. And the peacock was so enamored looking at Lord Krishna's beauty. And peacock wanted to give something. But what it has? Nothing. So it started removing the peacock feathers and keeping at the feet of the Lord. From its beak, yes, he started offering. And since this was the offering of love, because that's the only thing that the peacock has, and that it was offering with love, Krishna took it that up and put it in his turban and he said, "This I'll never put it down. This is the offering of love, I accept." So anything that is offered with love, the way the previous acharyas have offered, Krishna accepts. And that is the mode of pure devotional service. And peacocks exhibited that. Yes? Anything else? Anyone? Nice.
About Moda,
Moda.
our thinking or God will test our sin.
What is that?
No, we are getting Moda sometimes, right?
Moda means foolish.
Foolish.
Okay, we become foolish sometimes, okay.
That is our own thinking or we had past karma or
Okay.
God will test.
Oh, that's a nice thing. So, three options Prabhuji is giving. Is it our own thinking, or is it God testing, or is it our karma? Actually, whatever activities we do, it's our own desire. Karma creates a situation. Okay. Karma will give this body, karma will create a situation in which we are there. And God will test those people who are very high level devotees. We are chutku. God will not test us. So, it's our own desire by which we chose a particular path in our life. It's our own desire to choose, and its own decision, I would say, to get involved into sense gratificatory activities. Working hard for sense gratification. It's our own decision, I would say. That's the point.
Own thinking.
Yeah, own thinking. Own desire, own decision.
God will not test.
No, he will not. Why will he test people like us?
Not past karma.
Past karma creates a situation. So sometimes it might happen that because of past karma, influence will be there. Say, for example, like for example, say a boy takes birth in a family where the father is a drunkard. Say two boys taking birth in a family where father is a drunkard. Now one boy is drinking, another boy is not drinking alcohol. So now the first boy is asked that why are you drinking alcohol? Because my father drinks. Second boy is asked, why are you not drinking alcohol? Because my father drinks. You see? So the situation is there created by karma. Because of past karma, he got a birth in a sinful family where people are doing sinful activities. But there are two people. Someone is drinking, someone is not drinking. So it's their own choice. So karma created the situation and the person desired to do that or not. So it's our own thought process.
How he is getting that kind of ideas?
What is that?
No, how he is getting his taking own decision, right?
Uh-huh. It's free will. You can just decide for yourself. It's not about one's own, how it comes very difficult to think also and understand. Yes, but it's one's own free will that should I do, should I not do. Because everyone has got multiple options, person chooses. But influence will be there, little bit influence will be there from past, from present situation.
Take own decision.
Yeah, own decision. We call our own shots. See, therefore, we suffer for our decisions. It's not that someone else suffers. We only suffer because we have taken decision. So we have to take the ownership of that and then we have to suffer.
How will you get own decisions, good decisions? How will you get?
Same thing.
Mind will you always giving the wrong direction?
Yes.
How will you?
Or good decisions. How do we make good decisions in life?
How will you get? No,
Okay, if we talk about spiritual life,
thinking is very difficult, right? Sometimes you have to think that way. You have to.
correct.
How will you take?
When it comes to spiritual life, how people come to bhakti, how they decide that I want to practice bhakti, that praman is there in Shastra, where it is said that there's something called as agyata sukruti. Agyata means unknown or unknown. Sukruti means spiritual punya. Unknowingly we have got some spiritual punya. How? Now we are walking on the road and we read something on the board, Krishna store or something like that. So since we read Krishna, the word, the name, holy name, so we get punya for that. Or we are on the road and some festival is happening, say Gaur Purnima festival, and distributing prasad and some person got it. He gets spiritual punya. So when spiritual punya comes to a certain level, then the person gets a desire to do bhakti. Or he comes in association of devotees, he finds a temple, he gets a desire, let me go to the temple and see what is happening there. So after a certain level of spiritual punya, he gets this thought that I should practice bhakti. Like that. Makes sense? You got your answer?
Okay, my will not happen.
Huh?
Maya, it will not interfere.
She will interfere when he starts practicing bhakti. Maya will tell at that time, Avi, every Sunday you go, that Taklu keeps telling a lot of things. This Sunday you miss it, it's okay. Now it's your decision. Now it's your decision after hearing. See, when we hear Shastra, then we have to use our intelligence and decide. That is our ownership now. After coming to Bhakti, after attending sessions, then our level increases. And our expectation, from our Lord's expectation or Maya's expectation will increase. Initially, when the kid is crawling, not much expectation is there. When the kid gets up, starts walking, again falls. So at that time, what happens? Parents are very happy. Kid is getting up and then falling and walking, and he's like, oh, he's learning. Now just imagine, he becomes 20 years old, again he's getting up, falling. Parents will be worried, what's wrong with him? Right? So expectation has increased that he should be able to walk by himself. Similarly, when we start practicing bhakti, expectation from various personalities around, including family members, increase. Yes? So like that. Yeah.
Just so how can we justify that we are gaining for the knowledge or
If whatever we're gaining, if it's according to Shastra and the teachings given by the past acharyas, then it's knowledge. It's vidya. Otherwise, it's avidya.
we can feel whether we are looking
Okay, feel.
moving forward.
Like that.
So that was
Nice question. So his question is, how do we understand, are we advancing in spiritual life or not? Simple parameter to judge is, am I consistent in my practice of devotional service? Am I doing my sadhana every single day? That is commitment. Sometimes people ask, Prabhuji, Lord is not doing any reciprocation with me. Now what Lord has to do? Give you some light behind like this? When look in the mirror, suddenly there's a light behind. Hello? Or Lord has to appear in front of you, what? You know what is Lord's mercy? Lord's mercy is every day we are able to practice bhakti consistently. Every day chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Every session coming and attending. Participating in various ways, reading Shastra and all that. If someone is able to do that consistently, it means he has knowledge, he is advancing in bhakti. If he's fluctuating, it means there's some problem. Like that.
So one incident to share here. Couple of years when me and my wife were in Mayapur, so Gona there, and one couple, they lost their child there.
Oh, in the waters? Oh.
Not wash away. And the only thing that was remaining was the child's country mark.
Oh.
But the next day, that couple was in Mayapur, in the Bangla.
Oh.
So it was the commitment, and plus I think also the mercy, that they didn't still lose the faith. And I was shocked. But how can they come here the next day? And I was feeling a little agitated and thinking, what's wrong with them? How can not they even mourn their child? But now I can really reflect on that and say that actually they were right, I was wrong.
Yeah. That's the mercy of the Lord and being consistent in bhakti. Even when the child is lost, it's a very big thing. Okay, so we stop here. We'll do mantra meditation and distribute the beads. Kids.
one by one.
Thank you.
So line.
How many of you come for the first time to our center? Oh. So this is how we chant. We hold the beads like this without touching the index finger. And you move the beads towards yourself like this. So this feather will move towards you. And on every bead we are going to chant the Mahamantra. Okay, ready everyone? Yes, everyone please close your eyes. Yes, everyone's eyes closed. And no kid should be making noise. So today we heard about 4 types of people coming to Bhakti. And we belong to either of the 4. And the point that I made today, we cannot remain in that platform for a long time. we have to advance and come to the platform of pure devotional service. And see all these different material desires which are there, that can be easily cleansed off. All the contamination can be cleansed off when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Therefore, it's very important to tell oneself that the activity that I'm doing is very, very important. That is mantra meditation. And tomorrow is Gaur Purnima. And today, all these activities are part of Adivas ceremony, where we're dedicating this class and this chanting, the Aarti, everything for the pleasure of the Lord. So today, let's chant for the pleasure of Gauranga. This 108 times is special chanting today on a special occasion for His pleasure. And remember, you're sitting in a temple, you're sitting with all those people who belong to those 4 categories who are very, very special. And it's just a matter of 10 minutes. So try not to get deviated. Let's begin. Please repeat after me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Everyone together for next 10 minutes we'll chant and hear the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare